Hi there. I'm going to discuss a couple of lines Woody Shaw played in the song There'll Never Be Another You, how I can recall those lines, and how to incorporate them into another song. This is a technique of breaking lines into modules, or littler sections that I can remember. I've done many transcriptions, and the goal is to incorporate certain things into your playing while developing your own style. Woody's playing is startling in its genius, and lines like this were not the essence of Woody Shaw, but merely one facet of an incredibly talented, fiery, studied musician that could think faster than almost any other trumpet player I had ever heard, execute his ideas perfectly, play outside the changes, and still be melodic. One day as I was studying with Woody, we were playing the most outrageous things, but would bring them back to the tonic. Woody said to me, "You can play anything you want as long as you resolve it." I knew Woody didn't mean this literally, as his playing was so purposeful, but in a manner of speaking. It takes time and patience to develop this way of thinking, and I prefer to occasionally stray from the chord changes, but always keep my bearings. Here are two of the lines Woody played in the song There'll Never Be Another You, with the chord changes above those lines. The first line we looked at is lengthy and complex, and I prefer not to crowbar it into a solo, so I use it in the break of Green Dolphin Street, shorten it, and change the ending so it fits the chord changes. Here you can see what Woody played originally, and I changed a few notes or will add a note sometimes, like this E flat. Of course, I changed the end of the line to fit the chord changes in Green Dolphin Street after the trumpet break. I love what Woody played here, and you could see below the notes how I group notes into a series or little modules, and think of them as notes to a scale or chord that is a substitution to the actual chord being played. A line this long, complex, and beautiful could certainly start from here and end here. I think of this bar and a half as the tritone of a C7, or an F-sharp line being played over a C7, or as a C-sharp line resolving to F major. The second line I use pretty much as it is, and it fits perfectly over the chord changes at the end of Green Dolphin Street. I don't always match up the chord changes exactly to what I've studied and learned and am inserting, but rather use my ears, and sometimes just having the same tonal center will suffice. Here is the closing line Woody used, and again you can see a couple of notes have been changed, but the original idea is still very much intact. Here again you could see how I group notes together into modules. I noticed when I made this video which notes I changed to fit my style or the way I hear. and have noted them on this PDF so you could see what Woody actually played. And here it is at the end of the Green Dolphin solo. Woody said something interesting to me one of the lessons I had with him. He said regarding the song, "What is this thing called love?" he had recorded recently, he tried to sound like Clifford Brown, but couldn't. I thought, why would a trumpet innovator, fully formed by the age of 19, say such a thing, briefly? But I realized even geniuses like Woody occasionally admire and want to emulate other trumpeters, but strive to incorporate what they've heard or learned. That's why I change notes or allow them to change themselves as I progress over the years. Everything Woody played could be explained away theoretically, but that's not the way I think of it. It was his inventing this style and having the kind of ear to insert these thoughts at a moment's notice into any song he wished that I find fantastic. Woody was a departure from any other trumpet player I had ever heard. Even Freddie Hubbard seemed to be an extension of Clifford Brown, but Woody sounded to me as if McCoy Tyner had picked up the trumpet. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you in your transcribing, memorizing, changing to fit your style, and utilizing lines from your favorite musicians. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to ask in the comments section below. Also, feel free to subscribe to my channel for updates on my newest jazz video lessons.